All right, we started the recording.
We started recording 20 minutes ago.
No, that was a
Where do you
test
talk? Let's
recording.
invite someone else.
This is no. Let's not.
Why
I'm
not? Why not?
because Snoz doesn't like to take turns talking.
You have that in common.
What?
If you listen to any abs tournament, I make a joke, and halfway through, like right when I set up the punchline, it's like, well, anyways, I'm Swan here. Let me say something stupid. And it's just like, wow.
Damn, this abs podcast very quickly turned into a roast of Swan Sean. No,
So anyways, our sports update is a guy with green hair from Cambridge University is a whistleblower for Facebook oversight.
Yeah, also, there's a new shin kicking champion.
The shin dude.
Yeah, my favorite sport, shin kicking. No, today I had the great idea.
Is that a less offensive slight towards soccer players?
What? Shin kicking? No, shin kicking's a real sport, dude.
No, it's not.
I swear to God. I swear to fucking
God.
God.
Real sport. It's like saying badminton's a real sport.
Dude, anything that you can... A real sport can be whatever the fuck you want, as long as you believe in the heart of the cards.
Yu-Gi-Oh! Yeah, that's a real sport.
Yeah.
Pokemon.
How's the Yu-Gi-Oh! World Championship going?
It's going pretty good. I lost in the first round. I got smoked both of my two preliminary rounds.
Unfortunate.
My mermaid deck, which was competitive 12 years ago. The meta just is way too fast now. I can't compete.
Yeah, I have a house cat.
No, I actually used to do like Yu-Gi-Oh! Tournaments.
My brother used to do that shit.
Yeah. I did them several years apart, and like I had the same deck, and it was just like it was like they were doing all sorts of crazy shit. And I was like, what?
You're like, are you making up rules right now?
It's like, yeah, like what is going on right now? Dude. I forget what the deck. It was like some kind of robots or something.
I have no idea, dude. The other day, I was supposed to hang out with a bunch of my friends. And one of my friends, Tristan, he says, hey, I'm going to be at this game shop before we all hang out, which we were supposed to hang out at 5 o'clock. And he says it's at noon. And he's like, after I finish this Magic the Gathering tournament, can you come pick me up so that we can all hang out? And I'm like, oh, okay, no problem. So I figured, like, how long is a fucking Magic the Gathering tournament supposed to be? We're supposed to hang out at 5. It's like 11:30. And so after a little while, I go over there and I'm like, I'll just fucking chill out in my truck and just wait for him to get done. This son of a bitch did not finish this Magic tournament for 6 hours. And so I figured at least if he was there.
How many people were there?
Like 20.
20?
I don't know. But like I figured at least if he was there that fucking long, he was probably like doing really good.
He's probably about to win.
No, dude. So they were playing series of 3, right? Like every player would. He went 3-3. He split everything. He went hard 5.
Well, I think you have to finish.
But just like.
Yeah, that's bizarre. I usually do 4 games.
It might have been 4, dude. But like.
No, but maybe this place was like it's really hype. Is it noon?
Yes, it was like 11:30. And the thing is, when he texted me that,
the weird thing is, like every Magic tournament that like I've walked into, I've never played Magic really, but it's always been like 9 p.m. Like we're leaving the wife, like fuck off, let's get drunk and like let's play Magic for like. Just get plastered at the local
Magic
mall.
the Gathering in Tennessee sounds a lot cooler than Magic the Gathering in Maryland.
Well, it's because Yu-Gi-Oh! Was like a little kids thing, and then Pokemon was like the little kids thing. And so I tried to dabble in Magic, but I was like in high school still, and these are all like 40-year-old people who some of which were weirdly trying to hang out with me.
Yeah, dude, 40-year-old people do a really weird thing where they try to hang out with high schoolers, and it's very uncomfortable. It's like
I think I played like a hand of Magic, like in the warm-up rounds, just trying to be like, yeah, guys, I don't want to get slaughtered, let me just do some weird stuff. And I had two friends, and they were like, the dude I was playing was like, oh, you can have a 3-way with these two, and I was like, can't just say that in front of these two people. Like, what?
It's like, obviously that's what I'm attempting to do, but I need you to not blow this for me.
No, but you know what I mean? It was just like two of my friends over here.
Yeah.
I was like, what the fuck, dude?
What the fuck?
No, like legit, like from someone who's at least in the 30s.
Yeah, that...
Legit, that happened. Like,
okay, look.
Like, that's something that's fucked up, dude. Like, you don't talk about.
Yeah.
You don't just like sexualize these two. I mean, they were like, I was probably 18 and they were probably 16, 17.
Well, look, here's the thing, and I'm sure that there are people who watch my channel who are like Magic the Gathering fans, or maybe not. I think my age demographic might be a bit young for that. But
yeah, Magic, it's like 40-year-olds who hit on high schoolers.
Almost everybody I've ever met, including my older brother, who plays Magic the Gathering, are creepy perverts. Like, creepy, sexually
all the
repressed
high school
perverts.
kids it was weird. The kids who played, it was some kids from some other schools. They were kind of weird. But like everyone from our school, it was me and two other guys, and we're kind of weird. But like not perverts,
Yeah, there's nothing wrong with someone who's just a little bit weird, right? A little bit weird and a little bit nerdy can be a lot of fucking fun because they don't take themselves
weird,
too
I don't
seriously.
mean nerdy, because nerdy is cool. That's fine.
Okay.
I say weird, it's like
even
like
weird,
you don't want to be associated with this person. Like you don't want to get in a car
you
with
mean
this
like
person.
creepy?
Yeah, creepy. Yeah, creepy. That's a better word.
Because weird can sometimes be very, very fucking fun. All right, like
yeah. See, I've always associated weird with creepy. That kind of like, there's like nerds, geeks. I've always loved those guys.
Oh, dude.
The weird thing is like the underclassmen always assumed I was like this super jock kind of guy. But everyone in my grade was like, yeah, this guy's like, he's this nerd who peaked. Who what's it called, bloomed or whatever.
He's a Halo trick jumper.
Yeah, my Halo trick jumper did.
Yeah.
I remember being in like second grade, and I was like, guys, I beat Halo and Legendary, and was like, haha. But like, fucking.
I didn't fucking.
I was like
play.
only on the basketball team just to hit like free throws at the end of the game.
The only kid that can shoot free throws.
Yeah, no. I might have been our best free thrower, but I couldn't play like actual basketball.
Dude, me.
They just sent me out there to get fouled at the end of the game. I was like, guys, I'm really helping. It's like, guys, I'm really helping the team. It's like,
here, let this
it was a close game.
Size run straight in here. Let him just fucking take you out.
Yeah, I was a tiny guy until sophomore or junior year, something like that.
Well, you're still not like a huge guy. Like when it comes to like sports like football,
a
and
lot heavier than I look. Like if you looked at me, you'd probably think I was 150, 160, I'm almost 200 pounds.
Well, when I say that, I don't mean like compared to like the average guy you meet on the road. I mean, I'm talking about like, okay, I'm 6'2". I weigh
like in football. Yeah, I was that wiry, slippery.
Yeah. Compared to like average people, I'm like a really big fucking guy. But compared to like football players, I'm like small. Like.
It just depends on what position. Obviously, if you're a wideout, you're going to be. They're wideout smaller than me. Obviously,
I don't know if you know what I look like, but
I know what you look like. I mean, you're not a big guy. I mean, you're like. I know of like being like, yo, you look like Luke Combs, because you do look like Luke Combs. I know you're not as fat as Luke Combs, but you do look like Luke Combs.
I will say,
you cannot deny that you don't look like Luke Combs.
Okay. I will say
you look just like Luke Combs.
The first time you ever said that to me, I thought you were calling me fat, so I got a little salty. But
we're not women, dude. Stop.
We're not what?
We're not fucking women, dude. Like, stop with the whole. It's not as skinny as Hugh Jackman is right now.
No, dude. But on second, on review of what Luke Combs looks like,
You look just like Luke Combs.
yeah, like our eyes especially.
You're just
look
everything.
Like, I don't know about everything.
Do you wear Columbia stuff?
No, I wear Walmart stuff.
What not, dude?
I'm poor.
I wore Columbia when it was like before it was cool to wear it.
I wore Columbia stuff when I was like a kid because like that's what people wore down south.
Really?
So that's not like a brand up here. Like people don't wear Columbia up here.
They wear like senior year of high school because my cousin was already at UT. So I went to a couple of the fraternity parties and stuff, and I just copying what everyone did. It was like, yo, guys, this is what all the fraternity brothers are doing, you know.
It's like when you see
and I was wearing like, I always liked short shorts, and so I was glad that college, it's like, that's what you wear.
No, that's like when you see older kids smoking cigarettes. So you like steal your mom's cigarettes, and all your friends hang out and try to smoke cigarettes together.
The cigs were always like, hey, pussy. But then it was like a second someone whipped out a cigar. I was like, oh, that's cool. A cigar? Yeah, that's cool. Dude. Let me just silk that thing down real quick.
I fucking love cigars. Have you ever like gotten into smoking cigars and stuff?
I smoke like once a week, probably.
Yeah, I would love to, but you kind of have to get a whole setup. I mean, I have a butane lighter. I smoke
outside, like I don't know.
No, I don't mean.
You get one of those plasma-based lighters.
Oh, you got a plasma? No, I got a butane lighter, but I need to get it filled, and I still need to order the parts for it. And then, I
the lighter doesn't matter, dude.
No, please tell me you're not lighting your cigars with like a fucking dick lighter.
I'm lighting with my campfire.
With a campfire? Shut the fuck. Lighting off the tailpipe of a fucking dirt bike.
You don't want to. Yeah, dude.
No, but yeah, you also got to get like those little guillotine things to cut the caps off.
Yeah, I've got. What is it called? Cigar cutters, I bet. I bet it's just called
they're probably just called cigar cutters. Or I think they're called like.
Those are only like a few bucks.
Cappers or something. Are they really only a couple bucks? Because they're kind of.
I mean, I have one in my fucking kitchen, dude. Like, I don't.
Remember that episode of Cobra Kai where fucking Kreese used one to almost cut off the guy's fucking finger? Every time I see one of those now,
I've never watched Cobra Kai, so.
Oh really? Dude, you gotta watch Cobra Kai.
Do I?
Yeah. Also, Emily's really not into me smoking at all. So
a cigar.
Yeah, that's what I told her. She doesn't quite see it that way, you know.
Yeah, but she says she's never smoked a cigar before. Just let her smoke a cigar.
I don't know. Like,
first of all, women they're very pro smoking. Like, how the fuck did you find a chick?
Well, okay.
Her
parents were like super, or like chain smokers, you know.
Yeah, but a cigar.
Oh, speak the devil. Guess who just came home?
Get her on here. Because we can't invite Snoz, invite Emily.
No.
I remember her name.
Hi, baby. How are you doing? We're still doing the thing. You want to come say hi? Okay.
A lot of dead air. Did you ever find your cheat sheet?
No, I didn't. I stopped looking for it like immediately. You know, this is
I've got them all memorized. Don't worry.
This has got to be a little bit weird for Emily to walk in on, because if I didn't already tell her what was going on, then she would just see me like sitting on a fucking couch in the middle of my living room, not actually talking to anybody, but just like having a full-on one-sided conversation. Just imagine walking in on your significant other, and they're just sitting on the fucking couch, just fucking looking at the wall.
Dude, I'm gonna call it an exorcist, okay? Like, there's no way I'm gonna settle with having some kind of demon haunting our house, okay? Oh, dude, I'd be throwing salt down, you know? I'd be doing all the hoodoo stuff, whatever you need
So
to do.
if you saw any evidence of like haunting, you would immediately go full supernatural. Is that what you're telling me?
Oh, dude, throw some salt down,
You
you
wouldn't even
know,
just
get
like be
some.
curious to see like
I've already,
what was gonna happen?
yeah, I'll be curious to see what happens when I fucking exorcise someone, okay? Like, let's.
How much Latin do you know?
None.
So how do you expect to exercise everybody?
Oh, dude. You just assume Christianity was the right way? Why is Latin like, doesn't make any sense.
Oh, dude, okay. I never thought about that. What if, like,
It would be
so,
like Enochian or something.
or what if it's like Mormonism? what if only like Mormon or
Look like I
Amish
went to
people?
Utah here recently, so maybe I have some Mormon vibes that I can get in there and
All right. Yeah,
respect to the Mormons. I appreciate it. You know, they're very.
dude, Mormons are out of their fucking minds.
They believe everyone can go to heaven, though. So you know, I appreciate that.
Well, okay. So the Mormons in the Book of Mormon, where it talks about polygamy, it basically says God says polygamy is okay, and then it name drops the guy who wrote the Book of Mormon. It name drops his wife, like her name's like Isabel or something, and he was like, and God says Isabel, wife of what's his face, you have to be
Joseph
okay
Smith.
with this. Yeah, Joseph Smith.
I think that's his name.
Yeah, it is. You have to be okay with this, or else you're not going to go to heaven. And so what ended up happening was she was never okay with it. But then, like, eventually she was, like, about to die, and she was, like, on her deathbed. Just right before she died, she was like, I'm okay with polygamy. And she fucked off. Just at the last minute, she snuck that little fucking polygamy in the bottom right corner of the strike zone, you know?
Yeah, we need to start our own religion. Just see what happens.
Just see what happens. You have any ground rules for this religion?
Diddling and fiddling. That's gonna be the chapter 1, right?
Okay, so chapter 1 consists of everybody walking around, dicks hanging out, playing the violin.
Yeah, no non. You know, you got to consent. Okay, we're pro consent.
Yeah.
We're anti Puma.
You can. Whoa! This is going on YouTube. You can't just go around calling people rapists. Disclaimer.
No, those comma were anti Puma, not.
Oh, okay. I thought you were just like.
And then we're anti-socialist.
I thought you were.
I know Puma's not a racist. Or not. Well, he might be racist, but I know he's not a rapist.
Okay. Disclaimer: Puma is not a socialist. Or well, actually, is he socialist?
He's definitely a socialist.
Okay, he's not
He's
a racist
a self-appointed
or a rapist.
socialist. Okay.
Well, that's
Have you talked
not
to
a.
Puma? Have you talked to Puma?
That would be so disrespectful if we just like went onto a fucking YouTube channel and then just was like, Alpha Puma rapes
Actually,
someone.
no. That actually makes sense because I'm pro consent. He thinks children should be able to consent to sexual acts.
Okay.
Is it,
let's talk about anything else.
We'll move on. Gary was there during the conversation, so Gary, shout out.
Dude, I've had Gary on mute for like the last 6 months.
Gary is the best guy to have around when people do not understand the Second Amendment.
Yeah, okay. If the topic of guns ever comes up,
he's like the Asperger American guy. You know, he gets it.
Dude, I just always know that if I'm ever in a debate with somebody where we're talking about guns and I need a little bit of backup, I can just whisper Gary into the wind and he'll come fucking flying out of a fighter jet.
He's very pro-consent. He was there when me and Puma were having this debate about children and...
Dude, again, let's not talk about that.
It was me and Gary versus the world, apparently, you know, and I was just like, what the fuck is going on?
I just.
But Gary, I appreciate Gary. Shout out Gary.
I remember one time being in an Xbox
State of Tennessee,
Live party.
we just became a constitutional carry state, the second state to do so. So
No,
God bless. God bless America.
there's
48 more to go.
there's a period of time for like 2 weeks straight where I would always like be in the parties with everybody, and then just as the night went on, eventually it would just be me and Gary left, and he would teach me about guns every night. He would talk to me about everything to do with guns, and I didn't have anything better to do, so I would sit there and listen to him talk about guns. And I think guns are pretty neat, but I don't think they're that neat.
Well, I mean, I think, sure, like the nerdy specifics of it. But I mean, we all know plenty of people on the spectrum, let's say, right? And so, like, I get it. Like, I like the guy; he's a good guy, and I'm not gonna shame somebody for. Like, I had some friends who were on the spectrum. My brother's on the spectrum. I was diagnosed with Asperger's when I was a kid.
You were definitely on the spectrum. As someone who's known you for years, I could for sure say you.
Like, I was diagnosed with Asperger's, but like my brother's full on autistic, and like because like Asperger's was like we retconned it because everyone was like Warren Buffett and like Sir Isaac Newton and Leipzig. They're like, all right, maybe we should maybe this isn't a disability. Maybe it's just like we don't know what's going on yet. Right?
It's technically not even recognized.
I'm not even 30 yet. I'm in 6 figures. Okay, like let's. Oh, sorry, did I drop that in there? There you go.
Coming in with the humble brag, huh?
My bad.
No, but so
someone fucked me because I was diagnosed with Asperger's.
What?
Anyways, we'll move on.
No, I remember I was diagnosed
night.
with that when I was a kid, and I just remember like sitting.
Well, I feel like we had similar mothers. It was very.
Well,
I don't want to speak for you, but my mother's not great. Very. I always tried to like just put. It was like, oh, my son has this, my son has that, my son blah blah blah. You know,
it's like what the fuck even is it supposed to be? It's that. It's like a pattern of symptoms every time where it's like you'll have a kid who's like obsessive, which just means they like really like something. They have some issues making friends, which happens when you over shelter and over religion your kids, and you can't pay attention in class because school is boring. And so
I was good in school though. I used to I think a big thing was when I was like in kindergarten to first grade, you know, I used to color a lot. Like you did little coloring things.
Yeah.
I thought that was the dumbest thing in the world. This is me in like kindergarten, first grade. And so I just refused to do it.
So you just didn't just be like
I just refused.
I'm just gonna start
like, I'm not gonna color this fucking thing. And then so like I made a big hissy fit about it. You know, because I was a weird little kid. And then I actually got out of coloring stuff all the way up until you stopped doing it. Like for like 3 years. I didn't have to color stuff anymore. So I feel like it was a win.
Yeah,
because my mom was one of those over prescribers over whatever you want to call it. So I think that's why I got diagnosed with Asperger's was because I refused to color fucking these like with crowns these things. I think that's what happened.
So we kind of, I think, have.
My dad always kind of knew. He was like, "Come on."
Yeah.
But he's also like a dad, you know, so he's gonna be like, "Get the fuck out there."
You know, I have like the exact same thing where, like, you know, for different reasons, I was a bit of a problem child in school. I mean, when I was in kindergarten, I allegedly smashed a kid's face into a water fountain because he cut in front of me. Allegedly.
Allegedly.
I don't even remember this happening, but everyone tells me it happened. But so, you know, like my dad, who's just like, gotta whip that boy into shape. And then my mom, who's like, there's no way my perfect child can have anything wrong with him unless it's a medical issue. You know? And so.
Yeah, but meanwhile, your mom's doing crack cocaine and meth and all that stuff.
Well, my mom didn't quite do crack cocaine.
Oh, well, my bad. I was projecting a little bit.
That one, not quite. You got me beat in that department.
Mom's also a ginger, so.
Oof.
Yeah.
My mom.
Both my brothers are gingers. God bless. God rest their soul.
My mom's a strawberry blonde.
No, my mom's straight. Like, not even ginger,
Straight
redheads.
ginge?
These guys are redheads.
Like, okay. Well,
It's not even...
Are you talking, like, full-on, like, O'Malley? You know? Fucking full-on, like, let's go down and get a stout at the pub.
Yeah, very Irish. I did a blood test, and I'm like 60% Irish, and it's like 50% that's probably from my mom.
And then, like, your dad's Jewish, I guess, or something.
Well, when I was in first grade, this was when 9/11 happened. They thought he was a terrorist, so let's say that's what.
What
No,
nationality
he's
is
mainly white.
What's he got mixed in there?
Some Cherokee. He's, I know his mom's pretty much Cherokee. His dad, he fought in World War II, maybe half Jewish.
Yeah.
So, no, we have cousins on that side who are Jewish. But you see me, I look like a normal white guy. But I feel like if you knew my mom was ginger, then you'd be like, okay, yeah.
I will say, though, that I've seen pictures of you where you look straight on fucking Egyptian. Okay?
Yeah, a little gypsy. That's Middle Eastern, that kind of ish.
Like fucking
I'm a mutt,
full on.
but I'm like half Irish.
You're the least Irish looking Irish guy I've ever met.
My mom is, legit, my mom's a redhead. My two brothers, they're half brothers, so they're with the same mom, and they're both redheads.
So just you have like two opposite ends of the spectrum, and you
just averages out to like a normal white guy.
Just came out to the most fucking
plain Jane. When I was working, usually in the summer, I actually had. When I was running track, I had someone. She was like a super smart. She ended up going to UPenn Ivy League school, but her mom, very religious. She was like a very sheltered religious person. Grew up that way, right? Her mom was like kind of worried. I was like, "Where are you hanging out with this Mexican guy?" Like a little Mexican. I was like, "What?"
Like it was in Tennessee, even though like Mexicans are like half of the entire demographic in that area. There's so many Mexicans.
So in the part where I'm from, it is because we went to a school choice, right? And so in the county I'm from, there's 4 main high schools. I went to like the poor county, and that's where most of the Hispanics lived. And so we were disproportionately, there's like a lot of Mexican, Guatemalan, Honduran kids over there.
Right.
Yeah. The funny thing is, the rich part, one of the 2 rich schools, that's where all the black guys were.
Is that where all the black kids were while I was growing up? Were they just fucking bougie as hell living in mansions? Because I don't remember barely any black kids growing up.
I'm just saying, I'm not saying it's funny. I mean, it's good. A lot of people getting good work, but like, literally, the stereotype is, well, in the South, you're going to be
quit tiptoeing,
poor and whatever. No, where I'm from, you're hardworking.
Oh yeah,
family. You're going to be living over here, and that just historically that's where
you are not going to.
It's more urban area.
You're not going to find a demographic who is more, like, who has a better work ethic than Mexicans. Tell you what, you will not find a demographic who is more fucking
Mexican American. Yeah.
When it comes to you know what I mean. When it comes to like,
because in Mexico, they're fucking lazy as hell.
Oops. All that tiptoeing, and now we're here.
Mexican nationals are lazy as hell. Why do you think the hard workers come over here? They want to get the fuck out of there because they can't.
No, but
there's ceilings to what they can do over there.
Oh, so I finally found my cheat sheet.
We've been going on for like an hour, and we've.
Yeah, are we ever gonna actually talk about Aborigines Warrior.
Anyways, so yeah, let's talk about the Champions League. Christian Pulisic had a nice assist. He had a goal and assist in the semifinals.
Abs 26 came out recently.
No, it didn't. That was Abs 25.
What the fuck ever. Abs 25, 26. Whatever. Okay, so...
Who got first place in 26?
Well, no, okay. So 26 is currently being run. 25 came out 5 days ago. It already has 105 views. They got 100 of those in 3 days. So the viewership has really fallen off. But I think it was a pretty good tournament. It was kind of us getting back into our groove. And we had the idea to do a podcast that we'll do every once in a while, I guess. Just mainly because people like hearing us talk to each other. Like, that's like the main thing that people always say they like about Abs, is just that we're funny when we talk to each other. And I figured that this is like the most low effort content that I could get on the channel really easily to actually get content on my channel. But do you want to talk about how you felt about Abs 25?
Yeah, it was a decent tournament. I mean, it was like just getting back, getting our feet wet again. Results-wise,
more the same results-wise.
It was aggressively bland. Midfield sucked, so it's kind of like it's going to kill half the mood for everybody, and everyone's hype boy. All the Robots kids cried when he failed at that. And seeing, Joey clear, that was a little hard to watch.
Well, we should mention this, but
Joey, that was actually his first attempt. I remember during the commentary, we were like, "Nah, he's been on before."
This is just because I assumed he had been, But
he's actually probably it's been a year since our last tournament, and he's been, like a prominent member of the community for the last year.
Yeah.
So we just kind of forgot that this was actually his first attempt.
I think he might have been.
So that's one of the best.
Warrior.
He probably wasn't. He might not have been. He was in the Olympics, I think.
Okay.
It might have been his first time.
But yeah. So we took like a whole year off from 24 to 25. I think after 24, we just kind of had a talk where we both kind of agreed that we
never had a talk. We both just fucked off.
Well, no, I thought that we kind of both had the same feeling after 24 that we wanted to give it a bit of a break because
not like we meant like 2 months at the time.
Yeah, but then I had a lot of life stuff happen, and
we both had a lot of life stuff happen.
Yeah,
life happens, kids.
That's how it goes.
Hopefully not what happened to us. Really, but a lot of real life stuff will happen.
Yeah, we had bad years. How are you, children? No.
It was a tough year, but I'm glad. We're both glad to be here.
Yeah, and I'm glad to be doing these tournaments again. I missed it. Definitely needed a break from it.
We need to just say something real quick. These Roblox kids, I've noticed a lot of Roblox kids are taking our commentary way too seriously. Like, they are starting to shit on each other for how bad they're doing.
Yeah.
And it's like, guess it's a joke.
So
it's a joke. Joey, it's a joke.
I didn't
Riku
really
Flame, Atlantic, guys, it's a joke.
I didn't.
You don't have to shit on each. You don't have to try to be like me or Swan.
Yeah.
Just be yourself. It's literally a parody of jumping. That's all it is. It is a real tournament, yes, but the commentary in that part, it's just a parody. It's just for fun. We're gonna shit on you because it's fun. That does not mean you should just shit on everybody on a regular basis. As your friends. Let's keep it that way.
Yeah, so I think one thing I didn't really realize till lately, and I probably should have expected it, but I didn't, is when it comes to these Roblox kids, they love abs. Like, they fucking love it. Like, I've
Yeah, I've
talked to
noticed
some of these Roblox
they've been
kids.
even trying to like, they've been doing the same inflections that I've been doing. And I'm
Uh-huh.
like, yeah, please stop doing that.
And like, they quote abs in parties and stuff. Have you ever noticed that?
Yeah, but the creepier thing is just like the inflections, like they're trying to talk like we do.
Like, yeah, Joey does that a lot. And Chumpy, I've heard him say a lot of Swanisms, and I've heard like
Oh, Chumpy, that's a whole different chapter. Chumpy's been
well, and especially
he's been
this
like, yeah, the only reason I failed was because I didn't care anymore. I want to run my course.
no, but I've noticed, especially in like kids like Petrillo and Sonic, and that kind of group of kids, a lot of them kind of they definitely have picked up on a lot of the things that I say, where you have these kids who used to like be, very mild mannered kids. Now they come into parties and they're like, "What the fuck's up, bitch?" And I'm like, "Oh no." But the thing a lot of people don't really get about abs, I've seen these Roblox kids because they watch it and then they're like, "Oh, this is how cool kids act on Xbox." But like, me and Ump are friends. Like, we don't talk. Well, we do, but like, it's joking. Like, we
We
both
bust
know
people's balls, but that's different than like genuinely just
And
shitting and thinking of like if you took everything literally, like what we were saying, you're gonna think so little of everybody that's involved in this thing. That's not what you're supposed to do. Like
yeah,
to provide, this whole ball buster mentality, that to shit talk on somebody, you have to have like a certain friendship with those guys, and you need to be smart enough to know that they're okay with it.
yeah, and
Back to the
I
whole
mean,
consent thing
yeah, I mean,
that Puma's not okay with.
I'm not gonna act
I'm
like there
sorry, Puma.
haven't been times on abs where I haven't, been mean to people.
Yeah, we pushed the limits a couple times. That's what
but
happens with comedy.
but like, everybody that's ever been on abs that I shit talked and told them to go kill themselves, I've also had like
Sorry, welcome.
sit down genuine talks with them and gotten to know them as people. And like, for every time I've talked shit on them, I've also, like, complimented them and, asked them about themselves, and, just have those like real talks that usually happen like 3 in the fucking morning or something.
Yeah.
So it's like, Ump's been here for 13 years or something, and I've been here for a good 6 years.
Yeah, half my life.
Yeah, and so it's like, we have a certain level of standing in the community where we can do that. I definitely wouldn't encourage these Roblox kids to go do the same thing for a lot of reasons. One of them mainly being that, like, if you don't get the irony behind it, you're just being a dick to everybody.
Yeah.
Like, and you shouldn't just be a dick to everybody. Like, everybody knows that when I'm like busting people's balls and being a dick to people, that there's like a certain level of like levity and like, don't take this so seriously involved. Like, like, this is just what Swantron does. But then you get kids going in there and like, cussing each other out and calling each other scrubs and stuff. It's like, I urge you to please not do that if you don't if you don't have the same kind of spirit behind it that we have. It's
Yeah, exactly.
And I didn't realize until very recently that this was like a problem. Like, I knew there were like a couple kids, but like, like, I joked with you the other day. I was like,
Well, the
fuck,
first
dude.
thing is like that's hilarious that that's happening, and then when it becomes a real problem, like when the majority of our viewers are now like Roblox kids who are just like take this as like canon, it's
Yeah, and they're going into chats and parties and like fucking just being dicks to each other. Like, I've heard some.
I was at a
Roblox
party
kids,
recently with people who are way too old to not understand that this was a parody, like this was comedy, and it was it was eye opening.
Yeah, and I realized very recently that we basically raised some of these Roblox kids, dude. Like, And I'm joking when I say that, but like, I mean, you have some of these kids who like
No, I
are
actually
going
think
through
some of
like
these kids
formative
who,
years.
yeah, these are formative years.
They
I mean, like I know any other person that I knew who was playing, Xbox, Halo, that would do something like this. Yeah, they're probably on the outs. Let's be real.
yeah.
I was on the outs until I grew chest hair and just, fucking, it's bullshit. Like once you become super athletic, what's it called? Late bloomer, right? And so when you're 16, instead of like when you're a 12, 13-year-old, that's when you become super athletic. Yeah, you know who real people are.
Well, yeah. I mean, it's just it does worry me a little bit that you have these like because these kids obsess over this stuff. They obsess over Ninja Warrior and American Ninja Warrior and the Ninja League shit and Halo Ninja Warrior and all that. And
Dude, the
Abs is
last
another one that they
Ninja
obsess
Warrior
over.
I watched was like maybe 22.
I think I watched like 31 when it came out or something. But yeah, and it's been a long time. But you have these kids like taking that stuff so seriously. So like there's this part of me that's afraid that they're gonna get older and be like part of their personality is gonna be formed from watching Abs for the last few years while they were like going through puberty. Because it sounds dumb, but when you're going through puberty,
especially now when there's a pandemic going on and you're stuck,
yeah,
that kind of exemplifies it. Like it's
the next Abs will be the Christian edition of Abs where we don't cuss and we're nice to all the competitors.
Oh, dude. Anyways, I know we have our opinions on Christianity here.
Oh, do we? I don't know if we have 6 hours to get into that. No, but
in short, Flame, stop being a pussy when people say God bless or thank God.
Yeah, Flame.
Flame, you got to stop being the annoying atheist just because you think it's cool. It's not cool. It's not cool. Some things are cultural, like God bless, thank God.
I don't believe in God,
dude.
Honestly,
it's like I don't believe in God, so I gotta not. It's like Flame, just.
Dude, so in one of the Ultimate Warriors, Flame got to the final stage, and he had an interview in it. This was a few years ago, and I just, for curiosity, I listened to it. And he sounded like a fucking goblin, dude. Like, he sounds a lot better now, don't get me wrong, but like a couple of years ago, before Flame like got into the swing of puberty.
Before he turned into Ted Cruz?
Yeah. Pre-Ted Cruz Flame was a fucking goblin, dude.
He is Ted Cruz with a mullet. Which, I mean, he would have won if Ted Cruz had a mullet. Let's be real. Okay.
No, but Flame was one of the people to clear in this last tournament. Probably,
he was.
Probably the highlight of the tournament, I think, was Flame clearing.
Yeah, and if he cut his mullet, he would have failed. He's like Samson.
Oh, yeah.
Samson's back hair, Flame's mullet.
I don't think it was Samson's back hair. I think it was the normal hair.
It was just hair in general. Okay, it was a joke, Swan. It was a joke.
I don't process jokes.
His pubes, his chest hair, back hair, whatever. All the same. All the same in the eyes of the Lord. But anyway, so Flame had enough of a mullet to get him to the first place. So
yeah, that's Flame's first place after Ab's 6 all the way almost 20 tournaments ago.
Yeah, that was probably one of the worst first places there's ever been.
It was definitely up there.
I think Atlantic's first place was probably worse.
Yeah, but Joey cleared, and I don't know if we talked about it yet, but that's Joey's debut, and I don't know if there's really been anybody else who cleared on the debut. There might have been a couple back in the early tournaments, but definitely since season 2 started. I mean, we don't get a lot of debuts.
Joey actually told Atlantic and Flame that he was like, I might be the best ever debutante. on Aborigines. They're like, no, it was Sane, tournament 1. Okay.
Sane didn't clear tournament 1.
Yeah, but I think they just hate Joey. They want to kick him down.
You got to be able to give a guy credit, even if you don't like him.
Yeah, I think it really is the best debut.
Yeah,
Fireball has several debuts, if you remember the jokes of season 1, but...
Oh, fuck, I forgot about that.
So, if you're watching Tournament 3, it was a joke. That was Fireball's third appearance.
Yeah. No, dude,
I can't think of anybody else.
Fireball...
Bill had a decent debut, Drago had a decent debut, but... No one never clear.
Well, Hunter had a decent debut, obviously, with the second place in Tournament 1. How did
Chris
Smokey
was in
do
Tournament
on
1,
his debut?
so that was his number 2.
Chris failed the popsicles, though.
Yep. That's what I'm saying. He cleared Tournament 2.
Yeah.
Just letting you know he was in Tournament 1 with there's only 10 people there.
Did Smokey debut in Tournament 2 or 3?
If he debuted in Tournament 3, that would definitely be the best one.
Yeah.
But I think he was in Tournament 2.
I seem to think so. Probably failed the fucking cheese wheel, him and Gotenks.
Not a lot of people made it to the cheese wheel that
time. It was different time back then.
Dude, Phil got 5th place getting to the cheese wheel that tournament.
Oh yeah, Phil was in Tournament 2.
That was his debut.
Smokey might have cleared on his debut. No, Chris was the only clear in Tournament 2.
Yeah, but was Smokey in Tournament 2?
That is the question. I mean, I could look it up on the Halo
Look at your cheat sheet, dude. Look at the.
I only have a cheat sheet for this last tournament, but.
What the fuck did you need the cheat sheet for?
Can you still hear me?
Yeah, we can all hear you.
Okay. I was just making sure. Halo jumping wiki. Oh, that is not what I was looking for. There we go. Aborigines. Yeah, I'm glad that I let some fucking kid compile all the data because I couldn't fucking be bothered.
Smokey was definitely in Tournament 2.
Did you already fucking check it?
Yeah, I just watched the Tournament 2 video.
Yeah, he failed the popsicles. Yeah, the entire fucking video. Dude, Vulcan failed the first obstacle on his fucking debut.
Most people did.
Pretty funny. Oh my god, they have Phil listed as iGame types. Dude, can we talk about this fucking wiki for a second?
Sure.
Do you just want to dude, it's so funny. I'm sorry. It's like they take the jokes in Aborigines and try to apply them to reality. It's like, okay, they say the first obstacle of stage 2 is called the head slider jump. Also, they said swooper slide with a W instead of an L when it's supposed to be slooper slide. You know, the alliteration there. And then they called it vehicle ramps as the last obstacle.
Yeah. But it was specifically called not the vehicle ramps?
Yeah, and also it can't really be the vehicle ramps because it doesn't function like the vehicle ramps on Hunters and Rogs. So Roblox logic does not even work. Does not apply here.
What is Roblox logic? Let's invite our logic expert, Sonic fan.
Oh, what are you gonna start inviting people in here now?
No, I'm just making a joke. You know, he's always like, well, by that logic, do. But he doesn't know what logic means.
Okay, do you want to know what the is awesome thing looks like through the eyes of a Roblox kid?
Christ, what?
Is awesome is a competitor whose only reason for jumping is simply as a fanboy of Double who is one of the greatest competitors of all time. Is awesome, on the other hand, seems to have a bit of talent, but always intentionally finds a way to comedically fail the first obstacle.
Okay.
Also, it has it way wrong because it says that his first appearance was in Ninja Warrior of Halo 18. Also, I don't think that we had
That might have been a thing.
anything to. I don't think that we had anything to do with that one. That was we never.
We
did
might
that
have made
on
that joke. I bet we did the joke in abs, and then
someone else.
and then Hunter and Summer
yeah.
Blocks Kid were like, "This would be because Hunter."
Yeah.
Hunter does that joke. Let's be real.
As Ump is Awesome did his soon-to-be trademark spelling of the words "Ump is God" using a weapon.
Was that really in there?
Oh my god!
Did they mention the same logo popping up in the background still, or is that
Hang on, I'm looking for it.
that was a joke, Swan?
You're just referring to Ump is Awesome as Ump. So it's kind of weird. Also, apparently he was in Spartan Sasuke 6. I don't think we had anything to do with him being in Spartan Sasuke at all. Pretty sure we only put him in Okay, so I think I did do the one for Spartan Sasuke 4. I'm pretty sure that was me, but all the other ones that aren't abs are like, oh my god, he was only in 2 abs tournaments. Really?
We got it. We don't do jokes. We don't kill them. You know, it was funny the first time, but the second time was like, okay, that's cool. And then we never did it again.
Yeah. I've had
Don't
people
know
like,
if they're welcome.
I've had people like sit there and ask me like, why don't you do this joke anymore? You know, people don't really have a concept of when to stop.
Humor.
But turns out we have Foamy and Cobra confirmed for Abs 26. They were gracious enough to allot some time in their schedule.
Well, that's awkward.
So that we could fit them into Abs 26. And, you know, it's just very nice of them to, you know, take the time to do our tournament. We're deeply fucking touched.
Yeah.
Oh, geez, these kids.
Maybe I should let them know that there's no spots left.
Oops. Oh, awkward. And there, can we just confirm or deny that there definitely would have been spots left for them to compete if they hadn't been annoying in the chat? been like
if they would have done a run on day one when everyone else did.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That's it. Or just, you know, like, win the fuck ever. Instead of, like, announcing that they have committed to competing in Abs 26. I do want to say...
one of the kids was like, I might think about it, and I was like,
yeah.
the tournament's already over, dude. Like, we've already done everything.
If you do some shit like
we're
that...
literally waiting on Phil to show up. That's it.
If you ever do some shit where you're like, I'm thinking about maybe competing in the tournament, we're just gonna not put you in the tournament. Like, at all. Like...
Yeah.
So, although I will say Cobra had one of the most what the fuck runs I ever saw.
Well, there's going to be quite a few of those.
So I also want to mention that I find this really funny. But did you even know that Cheese ran a tournament?
No.
Also, you're battling tissue paper right now.
I don't know what that means.
You're RoboCopping. No, you didn't even know he ran a tournament?
I'm back from Event Horizon.
No, but I knew that Cheese ran a tournament, right? But a couple days ago, someone just happened to mention, oh, Cheese Warrior 4 came out. Like, nobody knew about it. No one knew he even started it. It just fucking came out, just like fucking snuck onto YouTube. Like, I haven't even seen that motherfucker in like months. And then he just comes out with a tournament that he didn't tell anybody about. It's like, what the fuck? I just got a kick out of that. What's your opinion on Irish's tournament? Keep in mind that whatever you say here, he will complain to you about later, but only in like a passive aggressive way.
He'll complain to you about it.
Oh yeah.
All right. I mean, it's like I think the jumping community as a whole has it right. There's the big tournaments, and then there's us, and then there's everybody else.
Or is this in a side category?
Well, honestly, the big tournaments, they consider us to be a big tournament. All the Hunter, Smokey, and all these other guys. But I don't consider us to be as big as those guys. But most of those people do. Most of like the adults do consider us to be.
Yeah.
Consider there to be 4 big tournaments. For me, it's like there's 3 big tournaments, and then there's us. There's a clear gap between us, Atlantic, and
yeah.
Irish.
We don't really pull the same kind of views.
If Atlantic and Irish wanted to, be original, they didn't want to, just show the company line with the whole 2 attempts practice and all that stuff, then I would appreciate you guys a lot more. But you guys are doing all the same stuff. It's boring. It sucked. It sucked 8 years ago when Hunter implemented this stuff for the first time. It sucked every single time Smokey's done it. It sucked whenever Rock did it. It's just not fun. It's unoriginal. It's really cowardice. It makes the courses be very blue groove. If you don't know what that means.
What does that mean?
Sorry. One-lined.
Oh, yeah.
Like there's no.
That's true.
Like abs.
We
Usually, like on stage 1, I kind of refuse to make an obstacle on stage 1 that you can't do in multiple ways.
Yeah, that's always been
And Swan has been pissed off at me several occasions because I vetoed an obstacle that's too blue grooved. It's like, we have 6 obstacles that can be done. It's like, nope, every single obstacle's got to be done in multiple different ways.
I don't think
You don't even have to sprint at all on the first 2 stages.
I don't think that's entirely canon. I'm pretty sure that like a very small percentage of the obstacles I ever made, you vetoed.
No, I vetoed a lot.
Well, I mean,
I usually, to be fair,
I would just kind of like
a lot of these
spitball
obstacles.
ideas. Like it wouldn't be like I would come to you with like a whole complete concept. It was just I would like have an idea. And then you just kind of be like,
You've had some good ideas.
Exactly
like on your courses, it is I think the first couple, I probably vetoed you 2 or 3 times probably. And then you got it. I mean, you're like, I'm never going to go up with one of these type of obstacles. Like on your course, there's a lot of cool, interesting obstacles, surface level cool. But it's like, what you do once, okay, well, that's that. That's how you have to do it every single time. Like your clock one, cool.
Well, okay, that one only lasts like half a second.
You know what I mean?
That one only lasts half a second. I mean, that one's just kind of like it comes and goes and it's gone. What about the catapult, though? There are like 4 different ways to do the catapult.
Yeah, but I like it to be in the player's control less, though, than just kind of random. Like, if you have a bad connection, you might get fucked.
Yeah, I mean, I've gone around and around.
When it's one attempt, you have to you cannot have any obstacle that's like Smokey and Rog and all these guys. They're like, well, there's 2 attempts for a reason. It's because our forging's so bad that you're gonna lose 1 attempt because we did something stupid with forging. Like, we have 1 attempt. Okay, we cannot let it happen at all.
Well, I just I always just I tend to have like kind of out there obstacles.
Yeah.
I'm just trying to do something different, Like I'm sick of everybody putting out the same fucking obstacles every fucking tournament.
Yeah, I agree. I think
I try to have different ways to like. Do you realize that when Halo 5 came out, everybody who had a warped wall literally had the exact same warped wall made out of the exact same fucking piece for about 5 years?
That I broke. And Patty,
You did break
while
it.
looking up technique. Thank you, Patty. Shout out, Patty, if you're watching this.
I'm pretty sure like Patty's dead or something, dude. No, but
Well, he could be there in 26, so.
oh, okay. No, but
Resurrection. Patty freaking.
yeah, I know that when I ran Ninja Paradise, you did not like Ninja Paradise.
Yeah, no, that sucked, dude. It was like you trying to copy Smokey or all the. Yeah, no.
Well,
And I shit on you in an Australian accent. I think that made you hate me even more.
that was the most angry I've ever been at you the entire time I've known you, and I have had.
But you
much
understand
better
why,
reasons.
though, right? Like there was no originality. You were trying to be something you aren't. You were just trying to be.
Well,
Oh, look at me. Abs
the
is
time-
original. Every single stage is new. It's different. There's flow. The most important
Yeah.
thing about a course is flow. Most
Well,
tournaments
also-
don't have that.
I mean, you got to remember, Ninja Paradise was the first tournament that I ever tried to run. So a lot like
I
you
thought it was
can
Abs
watch
before
them.
Abs won.
Yeah, it was way before Abs one. So it was literally like the one where you talked to me in an Australian accent. That one was after Abs. I started Ninja Paradise like very early on in my time being around on Xbox, and a lot of it was me figuring out how to do all that shit. Like I wouldn't have built like any of those Abs obstacles if I hadn't like cut my teeth with Ninja Paradise. And so it was like my first attempt at it, and the only way I knew how to do it was from like watching Smokies, because that's the one that I was like super into. And I think Jump is, I don't want to sit here and plug my other show, but I do think that Jump
It's
is
better than Ninja Paradise, but I still think it's, for me personally, I know we're best friends, and I'm like, I'm not sponsored. Here's the proof. It's still too close to those tournaments for me to be that excited about it.
Oh yeah, what do you think?
Like
needs
I
to
would,
change?
if I would, I wish I wasn't me, and that I got to run apps. You know what I mean?
Wait,
Because
what?
I made apps the tournament that I would want to run, because it's basically copying what running tournaments were like in Halo 3 and early Halo 3.
Right.
Where it's like, you don't give a fuck. You're gonna get shit on because you're supposed to have a fun time.
Yeah.
Commentators need, to have a sense of humor.
Yeah. I mean, it's a lot more fun to watch when there's a little bit of a sense of humor. Some of these tournaments that come out now are very, very dry.
Blue
can be-
groove, like you know what's gonna happen.
Yeah, and
Like when you see an obstacle, like there's no creative way to beat it. There's just the one singular way to beat it. Smokey has problems with that. Hunter has problems with Rog, especially.
yeah,
Rog and Hunter's actually kind of different because he at least can like practice stage 1, but it's okay. But
well,
that's why, I mean, that's my favorite course out of the 3 right now is Hunter's, even though its forging aesthetics are by far the worst. I mean, I love Hunter. He's my best friend. Probably, if count my entirety of Xbox.
well, with
He actually
abs-
watches soccer. I like this bloke over here.
bloke. Huh? No,
This bloke over here.
with abs, we always really. I mean, I know that my priority with abs was always to basically to simplify in a way that made it better,
Yeah, simplify, man. Simplify.
where everything.
Just like Lebowski. Simplify.
I kind of did the opposite with Jump, where with Jump I kind of tried to see what I could get away with. But on abs, the whole point was kind of to simplify, keep it basic. The obstacles, while we had stuff like the rog swing in there, here and there, but like for the
But we
most
nerfed
part,
it enough to make it
yeah. The
like
rog
that
swing,
obstacle on anybody else's course. Like Atlantic literally has that same obstacle. He just copied and pasted it from us.
his is completely fucking jank out like just unbelievably fucking jank.
Yeah, you made the first rog swing, and then I think by learning how to like actually put the rog swing on our maps, I actually learned a lot about the physics and stuff, like in Halo,
the joints and all that.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So I was like, because you were like dead, and you were just like make another abs corp. So I was like, what? All this like Hunter was like, oh, we need another abs. I was like, what? Oh, what's going on? I think abs 20. I think I just made the map.
Yeah. Well, you did it largely with the help of prefabs, but I
prefabs don't work when you're making that kind of physics.
Oh,
to learn the hard way.
I've tried to port stuff like the rog swing into different maps, and I remember
you can't do it.
At one point I needed to. I think it was when we were making the season 3 map or something.
HShove or something.
Yeah, something. And I was. You wanted to put the rog swing in, and I didn't even bother prefabbing. I just rebuilt the fucking thing. Which now, I mean, it used to be really fucking difficult for a long time, and now I can kind of just do it. like I can do all
because you get the memory of it.
Yeah.
I thought you meant the rog swing was difficult. Like rog swing was never difficult. That's why we made fun of rog for failing it.
Making it was difficult. Well, okay. Well, it was difficult making it at the time because we made that literally right after joints came out. And
this was like 2016 or something.
Oh yeah, it was a long fucking time ago. No, but so with abs, the idea was always simplify and try to make it better by simplifying. And I really did the opposite with jump. I mean, with jump, I wanted a more Ninja Warrior feel to it not because I wanted to be like Smokey, but because I do love the show Ninja Warrior, and I wanted to try to get that feeling of it without just borrowing from what everybody else has done. Which, I think I've been more successful in some areas than others. But it's just... And look, I feel bad for what I'm about to say. But I think that Rog's course... I think Rog's course was absolutely horrible for jumping because it set a precedent of you can just copy what everybody else does and it'll be okay.
After Tournament 5.
Yeah, it's a tried and true formula.
He had his own thing.
Yeah, and then people shitblasted
when his tournament was peaked in the first 4 tournaments.
Well, remember, we had to talk Rog into making it more because people weren't going to run his course anymore.
Yeah.
So we talked with Rog. We were like, dude, you gotta go more mainstream with this. And boy, I wish we hadn't done that because now...
Yeah, we should have never done that in retrospect.
Yeah, now it's become just this tried and true formula.
In case you guys don't know what we're talking about, the only reason his tournament 5 would have been the same formula, like a short stage 1, multi, like a split stage 2, where like the first half was stage 2 that I think it was the same stage 2 that ran in tournament 5 and 6 and whatnot.
Well, yeah, the first half
and
of stage
then
2 was the same.
Several, those harder stage 3-esque obstacles in the back half, like he did.
Which ended up just becoming his actual stage 3.
Which became his actual stage 3, and then a Mongoose course. But the thing was, I hated his Mongoose course because he didn't test it. It was just like that King Sparkity course where it was like, I'll probably beat this obstacle. Like, I almost beat it that time. I'll probably beat it.
Hey, I got
probably good to go
on that course.
Not of an obstacle where he said I could probably beat
Oh,
it.
he nerfed the fuck out of it before the tournament came. Because we gave him hell for that.
Did I
So
even
he
compete in
nerfed
it?
No, you did not. That's unfortunate.
So
but-
wait, so you're basically saying I made like a conclusive argument to be like, you gotta nerf this shit, and then I just didn't compete
fuck
on it.
off. He followed your advice and then
Now I
he
kinda
fucked
feel bad.
off. No,
I feel like
Yeah.
I left that course and like I was like, what the fuck, dude? You gotta test your obstacles. Like I can't do this. You gotta fix this shit before like anyone wants to compete on it. And then I left. He's like, you know what? I'm gonna fix it. And I'm just gonna compete, and it's gonna be great.
no, but
I kind of feel bad. I like King Spartan. He was a good kid.
I had my issues with him. But
Yeah, but he's a kid.
overall, well,
I feel like you were the angry guy.
King Sparkety, like, he really liked me. Like, he was a big Swantron fan. And it was really weird because, like, he would do things like stalk my Facebook and my Instagram.
Oh, he was that guy.
Yeah. And, like,
I
he
don't-
once gave me a comprehensive list of how hot he thought my ex-girlfriends were. I swear to God.
Only Flame's done that to me, so
Well,
I'm just kidding. I'm just kidding, guys.
Um,
It's actually Flame believes in consent and all this other stuff.
I don't
Good guy.
consent.
He has a bullet. He is husband material. Ladies out there,
Please date Flame.
check out
He's
Flame Vortex
lonely.
03.
He's
Yeah,
quite
Flamo
lonely.
Suarez or Flamo Suarez.
No, but yeah, I really do. And my
I keep my
phone-
stuff on private.
My phone's probably going to die soon, but I do really want to say that if I just really wish that everyone would break from it's like no one wants to break from the formula, but except for sometimes. And then when they do it badly. Because
Yeah.
they're not breaking from the formula, they're just changing part
I
of the
don't know.
formula.
Yeah, I don't know anyone else who's broken from the formula.
Like-
when we broke from the formula, it was we just copied the original formula. We didn't do anything new.
Yeah.
Hunter was the guy who actually broke from the formula, the working formula.
Yeah, Hunter
Fuck it
doesn't really
up.
get a lot of credit for how much he like pioneered the entire fucking sport. Like,
No, but I mean that's fair because he was for the worse.
I would.
You think 2 attempts has been good? You think practicing has been good?
I
mean, look at
don't-
all these
okay, I
obnoxious
think-
kids who are just out here
Here's the
practicing
thing,
24/7.
the
It should be a community, absolutely. It should absolutely be a community, but it shouldn't be like sweaty kids.
yeah. The
practicing
problem
24/7.
is the problem isn't that there's 2 attempts because I mean in Halo Reach it was fine. The problem, or whenever
Yeah, when it was 1 attempt to practice.
well when he did the
100.
2 attempts or whatever like that was fine, but like now it's led to there being this unbelievable power crawl.
Swan, I don't think you understand. When Hunter did Halo Reach tournaments, it was still 1 attempt, no practice.
Yeah, I mean after that when he switched to the 2 attempt.
That was in Halo 4.
Yeah, okay.
So when the fun tournaments, remember when we rewatched his tournaments and like the randomness it felt like? Remember when we watched the first Halo Reach tournaments? It was like, wow, Reed and Drago, we didn't always get top 3 every time.
Yeah.
It was all over the place. Yeah, because it's 1 attempt, no practice. It's gonna fucking happen.
Yeah.
And then in Halo 4, it was like Reed every single time. And Smokey. Every
I think the
single
bigger
time.
issue.
Fireball
and then,
every single time.
maybe the entertainment
Hunter every
value
single time.
of the videos went down, but I think the biggest issue is the power crawl. I mean, like we got to talk about like these courses are so fucking hard now that you have to pull your teeth in practice just to clear the first fucking stage. Like,
Yeah, that's stupid.
like you should not have to drill the fuck out of a stage just to clear the first fucking stage. Yeah, maybe
To Blue
please-
Roof.
maybe some practice for getting to
Stage
stage
3.
3. Yeah, but like no, but I do agree with you about the Blue Groove or whatever thing, because remember the reason we lost interest in Halo Warrior was, what was it, Petrillo's run in Halo Warrior? where we watched him run on like the ab stage 2 that we had repurposed into Halo Warrior, and we just got depressed looking at
No,
it.
that was actually in abs. It was like
What?
those tournament 21 of abs. The first one after Halo Warrior.
Oh, was it?
No, Halo Warrior actually went well. We just kind of gave up on it.
Well, it wasn't us. You know,
'Cause we had a good middle ground. You can practice, but I think our rules were it was like a compromise, right? It
Yeah.
was like a political compromise, right? You can practice. Yeah, you can practice, but you only get one attempt, and you now get to practice in between stages. You got to go right into stage 2, stage 3, whatever.
Mm-hmm. Well, I think that
Yeah, I think that was a pretty good compromise. In both tournaments,
Okay, why do you
and the
think
third
you,
tournament that didn't get uploaded was also pretty good.
Why do you think you lost interest in Halo Warrior?
I think we lost interest because we were just too late. That was like the time of life. We were, I was probably graduating, and you were getting, cuddled up with your girlfriend, your fiance, all this stuff, and we just stopped caring.
Yeah. I don't know.
I mean, those
I know
first
that-
3 tournaments tournament 3 never got uploaded, but they're all good tournaments, I thought.
I mean, I also had
Phil and Fireball, I think, made it to stage 3. I mean, a lot of people were bitching about not making it to stage 3. We had 2 stage 3s in tournament 3, I think, if it ever got uploaded.
Yeah. Well, I know that I just kind of had this feeling like it was so close to abs. So whenever I would do Halo Warrior, I just kind of wished I was doing abs instead.
Yeah, but what was the difference, though? I just thought H-Dub was like a
We were trying
more
to be like
inclusive
a bit more.
version of that.
We were trying to be like a bit more professional about it, and
We never did that.
Yeah. Well. Yeah.
The commentary of abs was already the best commentary out there. But
Yeah, by far.
what I was seeking was that production value.
Yeah.
The same
Which
production
honestly-
value. Which ROG really just... We paid ROG to do these tournaments, and he like kind of half-assed.
Yeah, I was really disappointed with that, honestly.
That's why we need
And
to pay Irish next time. Irish is our new guy.
Well, I think that
We need to compete out our...
I think I'm getting to a.
You're breaking up there, boss? Swan, you there? Swan, you there? Loudy?
Nope.
Yeah. Yes, that was Aborigines Podcast numero uno. It was recorded on Cinco de Mayo. God bless Christian Pulisic for sending an American to the Champions League final. And hope you guys enjoy Aborigines 26 that's coming out. Me and Swan, love you guys. Don't hate each other, robust kids. Life will get better. We swear. Sally probably doesn't like you, but you know what? There's going to be other women out there in the future. And yeah, this is me and Swan signing off, I guess.